Welcome to week 1 of your English speaking journey. I'm Mark.
And I'm Paige. We are so excited to have you here with us. This week, we are diving into something small but incredibly powerful, saying hello with confidence.
You know, Paige, people often underestimate the first 5 seconds of a conversation, but that initial greeting sets the entire tone.
Absolutely. If you start with a hesitant, quiet hello, you might feel on the defensive for the rest of the chat. But a natural, confident greeting? That changes everything.
Exactly. Today, we aren't just going to talk about greetings. We are going to practice them using a moderate-paced active shadowing method.
Yes, shadowing is our secret weapon. It means you will listen to us and repeat what we say, matching our rhythm and tone almost instantly.
It is like muscle memory for your mouth. By practicing these short, repeatable sentences actively, you will build real comfort.
And don't worry, we will keep the pace just right so you can easily follow along without feeling overwhelmed.
We want you to feel the music of the language. English has a specific flow, and we are going to help you catch it.
So, are you ready to jump in and start practicing?
Let's do it. Up next, we are looking at a classic everyday greeting that you will hear everywhere. Hey, what's up?
Get ready to repeat after us as we break down how to make this casual greeting sound completely natural.
Welcome back. Now that we have established why first impressions matter so much, let us dive straight into the good stuff. Today, we are breaking down the absolute classic casual greetings.
Yes, I am so excited for this. Let us face it, nobody actually walks up to their friends and says, "Hello, how are you today?" It is just too stiff. It feels like a robot wrote it, right?
Exactly. If you say that to a colleague at a coffee machine, they might think you were interviewing them. Instead, we use casual greetings to sound friendly and relaxed. The most common one you will hear is, "Hey, what's up?"
Ooh, what's up is a classic. But you know what confuses a lot of English learners? They do not know how to answer it. They think they need to give a full biography of their day.
That is a huge mistake. When someone says, "What's up?" they are not actually asking for a detailed report. It is just another way of saying hello. The standard, easy answer is simply, "Not much," or maybe, "Not much. You?"
That is so true. It is almost like a verbal high five. You do not stop and hold hands. You just tap and keep going. Let us practice that real quick. I will say it and you reply. "Hey, what's up?"
"Not much. Just getting some work done. What's up with you?"
Perfect. See how easy that was? It is quick, it is natural, and it keeps the conversation moving. Now, what about another massive favorite? How's it going?
How's it going is fantastic because it is slightly warmer. It actually sounds like "how's it going" when native speakers say it fast. We blend those words together.
Oh, that blending is key. How's it going? Sounds like a grammar lesson. But how's it going? Feels smooth. And how do we answer that one?
You can say, "Good, thanks," or "Pretty good. How about you?" It is positive, polite, and very casual. Let us try it. "How's it going, partner?"
Pretty good. Just enjoying our podcast session today. How about you?
"I am doing great, thanks." Now, let us compare these to the formal options. Imagine you are at a job interview. You would not walk in and say, "Hey, what's up?" to the hiring manager.
Oh gosh, please do not do that. That might be a bit too casual. For formal situations, we stick to the classics. Good morning, good afternoon, or a polite, "It is a pleasure to meet you."
Right. But once you get the job and you're chatting with your coworkers in the hallway, you immediately slide back into the casual zone. "Hey, how's it going?" becomes your best friend.
It really does. It shows that you are approachable and part of the team. It breaks down those invisible barriers that stiff textbook English sometimes creates.
Exactly. Let us look at one more common one before we move on. How about, "How have you been?" This is perfect for someone you have met before but haven't seen in a little while.
Yes, it shows history. It says, "I remember you and I care about how your life has been since we last spoke." You can answer with, "I've been good, thanks."
Perfect. We have covered, hey, what's up? How's it going? And how have you been? These are your 3 magic keys to casual conversations.
But here is the secret sauce. It is not just the words you say, it is how you say them. The music of your voice changes everything.
Oh, absolutely. Up next, we are going to explore the music of English. We will talk about intonation and tone matching so you can sound natural and confident every single time.
Stay tuned, because we are going to show you exactly how to make your voice slide and jump just like a native speaker.
Now that we have covered the words themselves, we need to talk about something even more important. It is not just what you say, it is how you say it. English is a highly musical language, and the melody of your voice carries so much of the meaning.
Oh, absolutely. This is where the magic really happens. We call this intonation and tone matching. If you get the words right but the music wrong, you can sound distant, bored, or even unfriendly without meaning to.
Exactly. Let us demonstrate this with a simple greeting. Let us take the word hello, just 2 syllables. If I say it with a flat, falling tone like this, hello, how does that sound to you, Paige?
Honestly, it sounds like you are unhappy to see me, or maybe you are incredibly tired. It feels very cold and closed off.
Right. It shuts down the conversation before it even starts. Now, listen to what happens when I use a rising tone at the end. Hello?
That sounds like a question. Like you're answering the phone and you're not sure who is on the other end, or you're looking for someone in an empty room.
Exactly. So how do we make it sound warm and welcoming? We use a rise-fall intonation. We start slightly higher, lift it up, and then let it drop gently, like this. Hello.
Yes, that sounds friendly, open, and ready to chat. It invites the other person in. Let us try it with another common phrase we just learned. How is it going?
If I say, how is it going, with a completely flat voice, it sounds like an interrogation. But if I say, how is it going, with that bouncing rhythm, it is an open door.
And that brings us to our second big secret, tone matching. When someone greets you with a certain level of energy, you want to match that energy level. It creates an instant connection.
That is interesting because people often worry about their accent, but matching the energy tone is actually way more important for feeling connected. If I walk up to you and say, hey, Paige, great to see you, with lots of energy, and you reply with a very quiet, flat, hey, Mark.
It feels like a balloon popping. The energy just dies. It makes you wonder, oh dear, did I do something to upset her?
Precisely. It creates social friction. But if I say, hey, Paige, and you match me with, hey, Mark, how is it going? Even if your English pronunciation isn't absolutely perfect, the vibe is perfect.
Yes, you sound incredibly warm and approachable. You are showing that you are happy to engage. It is like a musical duet. You want to sing in the same key.
So, for our listeners who are practicing at home, how can they start mastering this musicality? What is a good trick?
I always tell students to focus on the vowel sounds and let them slide up and down. Do not hold your breath or keep your jaw tight. Let your voice move. Think of it as a wave. Hey, instead of a sharp hey.
I love that image of a wave. It really helps to visualize the sound. And don't be afraid to exaggerate it a little bit when you are practicing alone. It might feel unnatural at first, but to native speakers, it sounds completely normal.
Absolutely. Over-exaggerating in private helps build that muscle memory. Then, when you are in a real conversation, it naturally softens into a beautiful native-sounding rhythm.
This musicality is the secret sauce of natural English. And the best way to get it into your system is through active practice.
Which is exactly what we are going to do next. Up next, we have our active shadowing section, where you can practice these exact tones right along with us.
All right, now it is time to put everything we just discussed about intonation into actual practice. This is our active shadowing session.
Yes, this is where the magic happens. We are going to speak short, practical lines of dialogue. We will say each line twice, with a pause in between. Your job is to repeat it out loud right after us. Don't worry about being perfect, just match our rhythm.
Exactly. Focus on the flow, the music, and the muscle memory. Let us start with a super common casual greeting. I will say it first, then you shadow. Ready? Hey, how have you been?
Now, let us do it one more time. Listen to the rise and fall. Hey, how have you been? Great. Let us try a response now. B, show us a natural, friendly reply. Sure, here is a classic one. Not bad, just keeping busy. How about you?
Let us repeat that exact same line. Keep it smooth and bouncy. Not bad, just keeping busy. How about you?
Awesome job. Now, let us try a workplace scenario. Say you want to grab a quick coffee with a colleague. Here's the line. Hey, do you have a quick second?
Let us repeat that. Notice how quick second blends together. Hey, do you have a quick second?
Now, let us practice saying yes to that invitation in a very natural way. Yeah, sure. What is on your mind?
Again, let us do it together. Keep it light and open. Yeah, sure. What is on your mind?
Beautiful. Let us switch to a situation where you need to politely disagree or say no. This is always tricky. Here is a polite way to decline. I would love to, but I am actually running late. I would love to, but I am actually running late. Let's hear that one more time. Pay attention to the soft transition on but.
I would love to, but I am actually running late.
Let's try another everyday phrase. Imagine you are ordering something at a cafe. Can I just get a drip coffee, please?
Good. Repeat it again, making sure can I sounds like one fast word. Can I just get a drip coffee, please?
Excellent. Let's try one more quick, practical exchange. Imagine someone thanks you and you want to be warm and natural. Oh, don't worry about it. Anytime.
Yes, let us do that one again. It is so much better than just saying you're welcome. Oh, don't worry about it. Anytime.
You guys are doing fantastic. I can practically hear you speaking along with us. Shadowing is all about this physical practice.
It really is. By repeating these short blocks, your mouth gets used to the shapes and speeds of English without your brain overthinking the grammar.
Exactly. And speaking of overthinking, that brings us right to our next segment. We have received so many questions about what to do when your mind just goes blank.
Oh, the dreaded freeze. We have all been there, even in our native languages. Up next, we are answering your questions on how to overcome the fear of freezing up during a conversation. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. It is time for our favorite part of the show, the listener Q&A. Today we have a fantastic question from Alina in Madrid. Ugh, I love Alina's question because it is so relatable. She writes, "What if I freeze when someone says hello? My mind goes completely blank and I forget all my English."
Oh, Elena, you are definitely not alone. The dreaded brain freeze. It happens to everyone, even advanced speakers when they get caught off guard.
Absolutely. It is a physical reaction to anxiety. Your brain goes into fight or flight mode, and suddenly, simple vocabulary just vanishes.
So how do we melt the freeze? Our first big tip is to start thinking directly in English for very simple daily actions before you even leave the house.
Right. If you train your brain to associate actions with English words, it becomes a habit. Like when you make coffee, think, "I am pouring the milk." Or when you grab your keys, say, "Time to go."
Yes, You are building a bridge in your brain. That way, when someone says, "Hey, how's it going?" your brain is already warmed up in English mode, not Spanish mode.
But what if the freeze still happens? You need what we call conversational safety nets. These are pre-packaged phrases you can throw out without thinking.
Exactly. Instead of trying to construct a perfect sentence while panicking, just use a placeholder. My favorite is, "Oh, hi, give me 1 second. My brain is still waking up."
That is perfect. It is honest, it is friendly, and it buys you 5 seconds to find your words. Another great one is simply, "Oh, hey, good to see ya. How are things?"
Notice how that second one throws the ball right back into their court? If you ask them a question immediately, they start talking, which gives you time to relax and breathe.
That is a brilliant strategy. Let them do the talking for a moment while you adjust to the rhythm of the conversation.
And remember, native speakers do not expect perfection. If you stumble or pause, they do not think, "Oh, their English is bad." They just wait for you to finish.
We are often our own harshest critics. If you freeze, just smile, take a breath, and say, "Sorry, my mind just went blank. What were we saying?" It is completely natural.
Let us practice one of those safety nets right now. I want you, the listener, to shadow B. B, say the brain waking up phrase slowly.
Sure. Oh, hi. Give me 1 second. My brain is still waking up. Now, you try saying it out loud.
Great job. Keep that phrase in your back pocket like a secret weapon. Whenever you feel that panic rising, just let that phrase roll off your tongue.
It really is about reducing the pressure you put on yourself. Small steps, simple phrases, and plenty of self-compassion.
Well, Elena, we hope that helps you feel more confident the next time someone catches you by surprise with a friendly greeting.
Up next, we are going to wrap things up and give you your actionable daily challenge to put all of this into practice today.
Stay tuned. We will be right back. And just like that, we are reaching the end of today's episode. It flies by when you are having fun, doesn't it?
It really does. But before we sign off, let's do a quick recap of the gold we uncovered today. First impressions are all about energy and connection, not perfection.
Exactly. And we mastered casual greetings like, "Hey, what's up?" while learning that intonation and tone matching are the real secrets to sounding natural. Plus, we practiced active shadowing to build muscle memory. Now, we want to challenge you to take action today. Don't just listen, do. Yes, here is your daily challenge. Take just 5 minutes today to practice shadowing the phrases we learned. You can do this in front of a mirror to watch your mouth movements. Or use a free AI voice tool on your phone to see if it understands your pronunciation. Just 5 minutes. That is all it takes to start building consistent habits. It really is about consistency over intensity. 5 minutes every single day will transform your English much faster than a 3-hour cram session once a week.
So true. And you will want to be ready for tomorrow's episode because we are tackling a massive topic, the art of self-introductions.
Oh, that is a big one. We will teach you how to introduce yourself confidently in both social and professional settings without freezing up. You will walk away with a simple, repeatable formula to talk about who you are and what you do. You do not want to miss it. Get those mirrors ready for your 5-minute challenge today. Thank you for practicing with us, and we will see you tomorrow. Keep practicing, keep shadowing, and have a fantastic day. Bye, everyone.